Berryman with the Real Estate Action Network once again. Sometimes as an investor, you will get opportunities to buy properties on wholesale. And in this particular instance, we actually got an email from one of our wholesale partners who's presented a pretty lucrative opportunity, at least on its face to us. And I wanted to share that with you. These are just some of the things that you might encounter as an investor. You'll get, um, properties that come across your desk sometimes, and you'll have to first ask questions of the wholesaler, and then you might want to do a little bit more due diligence. For example, and I'll have the camera just kind of pan towards our screen, but this email basically says that this is a property where investors can flip or hold. The listing agent info is no longer valid. This is an off-market, high-end residential home in Encinitas, California. It's available for $2.58 million plus the assignment fee. And for those of you that don't know what an assignment fee is, that's what the wholesaler will be charging to sell this deal for you at the perceived discount. Needs only about $100,000 in upgrades. The market value supposedly is $3.5 million to $3.9 million. They project that you can make about $1 million in profit. Now, if you pan back to me, that sounds like a pretty good deal, doesn't it? If you can make $1 million in profit, obviously that means that you got to spend a lot of money to make it work. They claim only $100,000. I doubt that. This is an 8,000 square foot property, and just remodeling on a 2,500 square foot of property to that degree, or with the level of the level of finishes and the level of upgrades that you would need to make would be more than $100,000. So I doubt very seriously that be the case. But I thought you might find it interesting to see the video and the types of things that people do. Again, this is the video for the property. Check it out. It's a pretty big place. I don't see where the improvement could come just yet. All right. Well, that's not it. There's more. Oh, all right. So anyway, you got a sense of the type of property this is. This is a supposedly 8,000 square foot mansion. It obviously looks like it's a palace fit for a princess. But we're going to call the wholesaler, see what they know and what they may not know about the property. I suspect that oftentimes when wholesalers send you deals, they might not know the extent to which work needs to be done or the details surrounding the property. But we'll go ahead and call and see what we can figure out. Here goes nothing. Right. Let me see here. Hopefully he'll answer. He just called not too long ago.
Hello?
Hello, Bert.
Hello, Bert. Yes, this is Pete.
Hey, this is Aaron Berryman. How are you?
Oh, Aaron, how you doing, man?
I'm
Oh,
good.
man.
I'm good. I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm blessed, Aaron. I'm blessed. I can't complain, my man.
Awesome. Awesome, man.
Hey, so check this out. Um, one of the ladies, right? She's a real estate agent, and I'm doing some marketing for her, right?
Okay.
And one of the things she came to the table with
Okay.
Okay, it's in Hacienda Heights.
Okay.
Okay, there's been a couple houses built already. And these houses, I think they sold for about 850,000.
Okay.
Okay, so for the lot, they want 150,000 for the lot.
They want.
So,
Okay. And what size are the properties that they're building next to it that have sold for 850,000?
I believe I haven't done the research yet, and that's what I'm about to do today. But I wanted to send you the information too, right? But I believe they're about 2,500 square feet.
Okay, about 2,500 square feet. And is this if they're selling for 850? I presume that they're probably nicely upgraded and you
Yes,
know
custom home.
custom homes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my question, I guess, would be if we can find if we can put together a good plan, right? I have an architect, right, that he's willing to come on board with.
Okay.
Because let me take that back. He's not an architect. He wants to do architecture. He knows how to draw plans. He can do the whole thing. I mean, he's a really good guy. Somebody that I definitely would like for you to meet someday.
All right.
But anyways, his name is Caesar, and me and him are collaborating on some other projects.
Okay.
But I like what he does, and I think he's pretty creative, and also he knows how to do this type of floor plans and all of that.
Well, let me just kind of throw something out here to you. So, any idea what the cost per square foot would be to build these days?
That's what I'm gonna find out. That's exactly what I'm gonna find out. And when I do, I just wanted to be able to come to the table with you and say, look, this is what can happen. So if we can do it, I can oversee the project. Of course, and, you and me can oversee the project. However, that we can put the money together and go ahead and build.
Well, I like the idea, Bert, and I'm certainly open to any opportunity. But my thinking on a custom home is that you're probably looking at about $350 a square foot.
Okay.
And let's say that you're talking about a 2,000 square foot home.
Yeah.
You're talking about $700,000 for the construction, right? So if you're paying $150 for the lot, you add $150 to the 700, and now you're right at $850. So if the properties in the area have been selling for $850 as well, then there's really no profit in it if that in fact is the cost of construction. And I know that that's a range. Now we might be able to get it a little cheaper, maybe even at figure $250 a square foot. If you could put something together with that and put together a great product with that, then you're looking at a $500,000 construction cost on a 2,000 square foot property. Plus the 150, now you're at 650, and you might be able to make a couple $100,000 on it. But I presume that it would probably be higher, it'd probably be in the 300 range, maybe even higher, depending on the level of upgrades and finishes, what you plan on doing with the landscaping. I know you mentioned it was on a hill, so sometimes you might have grading issues that you have to deal with. There are environmental things you might have to deal with. So, it may not be as great of a deal as you're thinking, but yeah, definitely something to think about.
Okay.
All right. Now let me ask you this: I did finally take a look at that property in Encinitas. Is that still available?
I can call her up right now and find out.
What was the exit? What's the game plan on that? Because it looks like it's pretty highly upgraded already.
Yeah. I think basically as is, even the furniture and everything, it's all included. I think that's what I heard.
Well, that would be great if I was a diva.
Yeah.
It was that was some serious furniture in there. Hello.
Yeah. You put off on
I said that was some serious furniture in there.
very antique, like, no?
Well, I mean, some of it was antique. Some of it looked like it belonged in the circus. Some of it looked like it belonged in a princess's palace. I mean, some of it looked like it should be in the Sistine Chapel. I mean, there was all kind of different themes going on, which I think is very cool if that's your thing. But if you wanted to make it more universal, you probably would have to do a lot of cleaning up around there.
Absolutely. Well, let me find out if that's still available.
Well, let me ask you. I mean, who's came up with the idea that it needed 100K in work?
Actually, it's my girl's partner.
Okay.
But what I can do is I can call her up and then I can just connect you guys.
mean, I'd be open to it. Again, it's that type of a product is really, really speculative, because it's already pretty highly upgraded. Really, it's specialized, it's custom, and it's great for an individual who likes all of that stuff. But for someone that if you wanted to make it more universal, it's going to cost you just to kind of tone it down. Um, and depending on whether or not there's deferred maintenance and things of that nature, you've got a lot of unknown variables that you might have in there. And then finally, the other thing that I want you to think about too on that type of a project is whenever you're dealing with higher end properties like that, the volatility is pretty significant. So meaning that one could speculate, yeah, it's worth 4 million, but it might be worth 4 million, but it might not sell for 2 years, right? You might need to significantly reduce the price in order to move it. So it just kind of depends, and there's the swings in value are pretty high in that situation.
Yeah, I guess time value is I guess one of the important things with those properties. What I'm realizing.
Absolutely. But I mean, like I said, I really do appreciate you sending me the stuff, and I'm going to keep taking a look, and hopefully we can put something together really soon.
Okay.
All right?
All right. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you. Take care.
All right.
All right. Bye now. Okay, so basically, he is looking like, a wholesaler that just is trying to connect the two sides together. He knows very little about the property. He simply is a facilitator, and some wholesalers are going to be that way. Other wholesalers, your traditional wholesalers, are people that actually get a property under contract. So they actually negotiated a contract, they've agreed upon a price, and the property is generally in escrow. And those wholesalers have a lot more leverage because they've actually locked in the price. We still don't even know if they'd accept the price that's offered and or if they would accept a price that's lower. So these are some things that we can ultimately learn. It was nice that he had another project to present. Hopefully you guys were able to learn something from all of this. And I'll see you on the next episode.